The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Robbie Gould's got it on the tee. He kicks it off, and here we go from Levi's Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
I don't need to. Attack!
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
80 weapon.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right, and that is incomplete.
You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check nickel. Check 43.
Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game when emotions are running high.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 44 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chiefs 7, 49ers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
It's 3rd down and 12.
Jim. Hey, say.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
And boy, got a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. To throw is Garoppolo. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Darren Lee picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Check. 12, fellas, here we go. 49, check 49.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Here we go. 180!
You don't want that? Brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, gun. Hey, exit.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Easy.
General, relax. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Come on. Check.
go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
15. Check 24.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
15.
That's 7. Let's go. Right there. 54. Right there.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he's going to go down again. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. It's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
Factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. 180. Don't get nervous.
Here's Mostert. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
36.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. Boy, a curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They will run with Ware. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check 4. Watch the edge. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. What? Slam. Kill. Let's go. Get set.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Tight go.
And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as 20 seconds to go in the first half. And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Watch the twitch.
Mostert trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Here we go.
It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
11.
This is Mostert. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Mike's 50.
Hey, Charlie.
Pick up the ball.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. First possession of the third quarter, an interception.